This is the Air Hogs $9 or $8 glider, which probably you can buy it from a different store than Toys R Us or Target. You might get it even cheaper, but that's not the issue at hand. This was a challenge to see if I can make an RC plane out of a foam glider. And in case you want to do the same thing, I would suggest just go and buy an RC plane. It involves way too much work. Doesn't really pay off unless you really like building stuff. But anyway, this is the final setup. It took me about like 3 trials to kind of get a feel about how this airplane flies. It's a weird airframe with swept wings, dihedral, and also a very weird, almost negative angle of attack. Now if you watch closely, I'm gonna show you how the wing will look like in relation with the stabilizer. Now a normal, this would be a normal positive angle of attack, but actually the stabilizer will make the wing fly just like this. So a lot of challenges. Now because the wing has a slightly neutral negative angle of attack, its center of gravity, CG, will be pretty much backwards than usual. I have used some piece of software, I don't remember which one, but you can use a piece of software to calculate the CG on this setup with this angled swept wings and the distance here between the stabilizer, and I think my calculations were about here. It must be a mark on the back here. There's a mark with the original CG, but actually since then I moved it just a little bit, further front, and I would say about here, close to this, should be an optimal CG. And what I say about optimal is I always look to have kind of a neutral elevator in steady flight, and that will give you the perfect CG, since you don't have to force any surfaces, at least in theory. But this is this is just a project. I'm just saying. I think I'm talking too much, I know. Anyway, so I've seen a couple of guys trying to fly these Air Hogs, converting them, and then some actually fly very well, and some don't. And it's a little bit challenge. Initially my model had only ailerons. I chose to cut here, to cut this part and actually make it into an aileron. It moves like this. Alright, and I've tried. The first time I tried, I'm not sure if that actually failed to work properly, or it was just other problem in the design, but it didn't quite work. So I decided to add this monstrous rudder, but it works. It's really effective, and in addition, to have a good, because of the dihedral, this plane doesn't want to roll very well, so I actually mix the rudder with the ailerons. That means that when I want to roll to the left, I've got a coordinated turn. My ailerons will move in for the left position, which is this will go down, this will go up, and my rudder will go just like this a little bit. This is mixed, so this whole setup actually works very well. In terms of electronics, just very cheap stuff. You can buy these from most of the stuff is, I think, from Hobby King, but use cheap stuff for this kind of project. You don't want to spend a lot of money. This is a what is this? I don't know if the camera will catch this. It's a brushless Tower Pro 2408 with 21 turns. I think it's close to 160, 180 watt motor. This is a 18 amp ESC. I think I need the bigger one. The receiver is an orange receiver, $6 from Hong Kong. What else we have here? Servos, cheap servos, anything. The whole setup, I would say the motor is about $5, $6, $7 or 11. About 7, let's say 20 for all those. 5, no 5, not even 5, I think like 3, 3, 6, 26, 26, 20 with this servo. I think this is a better servo. Let's make this a $4. 30, 33, hinges, tape, whatever. Let's say 40 bucks for the whole electronics involved. So with $40 plus the airframe, 8 or 9, let's round it up to $50. So for $50 and about 2 hours of work, you can have this, which is a flying, very nicely flying electric kind of glider. It's in between, like you know, a floater. It actually flies very well after it's trimmed and the CG is in place. You know, I put a landing gear here. Actually, I needed this weight to bring the CG forward. The battery goes right in the middle. Initially it went here, but I changed it to here. It's not done yet, you know, doesn't have like a definitive place. You can see the tape is not very well, so I gotta do some work with this tape too. Wings have been covered in sky top. It's, you know, 3M transparent tape, because they're pretty flimsy. Here, no spare, no need for a spare, but you know, you have to put good glue, a lot of glue here. So you'll have, and that's it.